Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you some of my very late but final thoughts on the 100 Season 6, as well as more precisely or specifically my thoughts on the Season 6 finale, Blood of Sanctum.
Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel.
Bloody Jacob for sexy, awesome, exclusive content.
Subscribe and watch my friend on his YouTube channel. He is kicking ass.
Fuck with me and my friend! I'm after my family!
Subscribe.
That sounds like a warning.
It's an invitation.
And yes, I am very aware that Season 7 has just premiered, and I plan on having my individual review up for the premiere, hopefully within an hour or so of when this one goes up. But and now I've had a really good relationship with the 100. One that sort of got a little bit shaky in Season 6. I was, for a while there, not the biggest fan of Season 6, and I'm still not sure where it ranks in one of my favorite seasons or not, or in the show overall. But basically, after episodes 9, 10, I think 10 is when I actually stopped reviewing it last season. Not that I really thought it turned to crap or something like that. I just think my interest was waning during Season 6, and I sort of got behind, then I just let it go for the season, knowing it would go on Netflix. But 100 is a show I still really do enjoy, and it does mean a lot to me. I mean, I have been reviewing it since Season 3, which a lot of my Season 3 videos actually got quite a bit of views, for my channel standards anyway, which is like 0 to 17. So it's always held a place for me. And I always eventually turn to it, of course, with being in the last season now, I definitely gotta get back on it and see where things finally end up. I just did not care for certain elements of Season 6, with, Russell and the group there on the new planet. It sort of felt like a retread, basically the planet wasn't really much different. Basically, it just felt like another group of, bad guys that are going to have some humanity type of disagreements with, like they would have had on Earth. It felt like a retread of other, antagonists on the show we've had before. And I don't know, I felt like the Josephine thing was being a little played out, and it's like sort of typical, the main character has to act evil for a little bit and such, but, now the last episode I reviewed was episode 10 of Season 6, but I rewatched that one just to refresh my memory better than I watched, of course, through the Season 6 finale to really refresh myself and get caught up properly. Now my feelings towards Season 6 have lessened, have warmed up, I guess you could say. I don't know if it's my least favorite season anymore. I think I have to wait to rewatch the whole series again. But I think it definitely got an upswing after episode 9, especially. I know that Kane episode is pretty controversial. I hated them switching his body, which is why I was actually relieved. Or, maybe not relieved, but I was glad when Henry and Cusick got a proper send-off in that episode. I always thought I could have utilized Henry and Cusick's Marcus Kane better. I thought he was a great actor in the role. Having actually met the guy too. But I thought he got a pretty nuanced and beautiful send-off. And then like 10, 11, 12, 13 and onward, I thought really ramped up the pacing and sort of intrigue of the show's story in a pretty good way that I think actually saved it for me. I know a lot of people are also upset with what happened to Abby. But for me, Paige Turco is a good actress. But for me, the character, I haven't really seen a use for since maybe season 3, and I even think it would have been fine if she was killed off then too. If, at the very end of season 3, if you guys remember that as well. So, you know, if I feel like she would have been fine killed off a few seasons ago, you can see how I wouldn't have much of an issue with her finally dying now. But again, it was still played very well. Eliza Taylor, she's a phenomenal actress. I think she's been one of the best TV leads of the past decade. And I think she gave a great performance there. You know, going through that turmoil, finding out what happened to Abby, and then trying to, you know, having to hold it all in to maintain her guise as Josephine for that whole time. You know, I thought was some really great acting on her part. And how she actually had to get rid of the body that was, you know, her mother, now taken over by Russell's wife, who I can't remember her name right now. You know, and kind of basically pushing her face and, you know, knocking her out and, you know, floating her. Yeah, I thought it was, you know, pretty engaging and intense and such, and you definitely felt for Clark, or I definitely did for sure. Clark doesn't get enough credit. She's by far the greatest character ever on the show. I mean, I loved Lexa, and you know, I really love Echo now. I, you know, really like Raven. I really like Bellamy, Murphy. You know, a couple of the others I'm fine with too, but Clark is the anchor of the show. Clark is the show for me. And I don't know. I don't know why more people aren't on her side about things. She's been through a shit ton. She put talent on her shoulders. But anyway, I'm glad she's finally being valued by the other characters on the show, seemingly pretty consistently now, so that's good. Yeah, I thought, so in retrospect, I think the season was pretty good overall, if not very good by the end. Again, I really like Echo's increasingly more center role. I like the flashback with her as a kid and the Ice Queen. The actress who played the Ice Queen was, you know, pretty, you know, creepy and, you know, intense, so I'm glad they brought her back for that flashback. Even though I love the way Lexa killed her in season 3, I think they could have utilized, you know, a actually pretty effective character like that more. But yeah, I thought season 6 actually ended on a pretty great note, honestly. So yeah, then you guys thought about season 6 overall in retrospect, or if you suddenly, you know, viewed it now, or if you finished it up like I did. So yeah, if there's anything more specific about it you want to talk about, let me know. I mean, I feel like Monty and Harper's son, I'm not really sure of his place, especially at the premiere. I'm not really sure what they're doing with him in season 7, the final season, but we'll talk more about that in the premiere video. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe. And again, if there's anything more you want to talk about from season 6, I didn't really go into it very much, but I just wanted to give you guys my general thoughts anyway. Since it's been a while, and I feel like I should reconnect with the show for the channel's sake in the last season. Not just for the channel's sake. I mean, I used to get some pretty good views, but you know, it's kind of average for me. But I still love talking about the show, and I know just it'd be right to talk about the 100 in its last season for me. So yeah, let me know, and peace.